My name is Jordan Ford. I'm one of the on-site artists here at the Melting Point. So a lot of the work that I'm currently creating tends to be very process heavy. So in the hot shop, I'll create these blanks of layered colors of glass, and I'll shape them into very basic forms and anneal them. And then once they're annealed, I take them out of the kiln. I carve into those layers, I cut them and do all sorts of manipulation to the glass cold. And I'll bring that back up into a kiln and reassemble things and blow them out in these really interesting ways. Part of my background is in geology, and I'm in this mecca, this really wonderful place for geology. It's a playground out there. And in a lot of ways, I embody that in the glass. I take these little layers and bits of glass and stack them and carve through them and do all sorts of manipulation that disguises them for what they otherwise are. And then with that brings kind of a new beauty. I'm taking what tend to be really classical techniques and processes and showing them as little respect as I can and manipulating them in these really experimental ways, in ways that any good-natured glassblower would tell you not to do, and coming up with new things for myself and just being able to explore form and pattern is kind of a cool thing for me. This place is like a unicorn. Jobs like this don't really come around in the glass community. It tends to be a real hustle. You work hard for every little bit that you can, but this place has fostered an amount of creativity within me that I can't really express enough gratitude for. It's allowed me to raise a family and encourages me to make work that I want to make simply because I want to make it. I'm able to develop myself as a glassworker, as an artist, in this really low-stress environment. I could spend a day or a couple of days just trying to experiment with a new body of work. And if it doesn't work out the way I planned, well, no big deal. I've learned something in the process. This place has been really pretty wonderful for that. There is definitely something about finding someone who complements you very well that makes the whole experience what it is. And I think Austin and I very much have that. We have radically different working styles, fairly different personalities, and I think it's a good way to keep things interesting, and we're able to complement one another in a really great way. Arizona is a really small community of glassworkers, and I think it is so critically important to have that sort of networking and outreach to the glass community as a whole. If we didn't, I think it would be very alienating. The residency program makes this whole thing so worthwhile, I can't tell you. Not only am I encouraged to be creative in my own right, but I get to work with these folks who I've looked up to for years and years, and I get to do work with them and for them and have these more meaningful conversations about the work that they do. And then after work, you get to go next door and have a beer with them. That's a real drive and perk of this place is the residency program. But I just want to be able to keep doing this. That's been my goal from the very get-go. I'm so in love with the medium, and the longer I can do it and let it evolve for me, I'm happy. Really, I think of myself first as a craftsman and maybe second an artist, if at all. So for me, it's just a matter of developing these techniques and refining the processes. And I think the glass does a lot of the work for you. Glass as a craft is just, it never ceases to amaze me. I'm as captivated with it now as I was the very first day I saw it. You know, it's a magical craft. It's fluid, it's dynamic, it teaches you so much about just being adaptable. I get to do this professionally and work with some of my best friends every day. I'm one of the few who gets to do what they love as a career, and I really can't put a price on that.